into your warm market, which is your family and friends that you already have on Facebook. Some people might start with like 20 people on Facebook. Some people might start with 200 or 500, you know, who knows. But once you've kind of exhausted that warm market, you have to really start entering into a cold market where you're adding new people in. And the best way to do it is just to get into the habit of going out daily and adding bit by bit to this, to your warm market, so that you never kind of run dry on new eyes that are watching your journey. Let me see. Where'd you guys go? Okay, there you are. Sorry. So the first way that I did it when I went on Facebook was to just go through, and you know, you can go through your friends, and then there's a thing where you say find friends, and you can click and enter the college you went to, or a restaurant that you used to work at, or you know, the high school that you went to, and anybody that has that similar thing will pop up for you to go through. So any of your old high school friends or people that you knew from your past, you can search for them and request them. So you know, even if you weren't best friends with them in high school, it doesn't matter. Usually when people, you know, see and recognize your name, which is one thing, you want to make sure you have your you know, your full name on there, and if you got married, you want to make sure you have your maiden name there also, so they recognize your name, and they're just gonna you know, go ahead and they'll accept your friend request more likely than not. So for me, I used to work at Macaroni Grill. I would just look, I would think back, who was all the people that I worked with there, whether or not I liked them or whatever, just find them and add them as friends. And then, of course, anyone that you're in contact with now, like parents of your kids, you know, parents of your kids' friends, people that you come in contact with at the grocery store, the hairdresser, the nail salon, these kind of people that you see frequently, you know, you can just ask them, oh, you know, could we connect on Facebook? I'd love to connect with you on Facebook, or somehow work it in and get them to let you add them as a friend on Facebook too. And the best way to do it, if you're out and you say, you know, something about find it on Facebook, some people don't have their real name on there, or they're private, so it's hidden. So the best way to do it is if you're out and about and you want to add somebody, either just go ahead and pull your Facebook up and let them add themselves, or you know, make sure that you get their email that they've used with Facebook so that it's easy for you to find them, because sometimes there's a lot of people with the same name, or people are hidden so that you can't find them. So the best way is just to do it right there while they're face to face with you, so you can get them added. The new way that Greg kind of has been posting videos, I've been trying to catch up to speed with this newest way here that people are doing, is by doing a Facebook graph search. So just the regular Facebook search bar at the top of your screen, you can type in, well, first of all, if you can think of a friend off the top of your head, you know, oh, I used to know Sarah Johnson or whatever. You type her name in and all the Sarah Johnsons will come up. So you could, you know, find your friends that way easily too, but also you can type into that search bar and type people I may know that like yoga, or people that I know that may like The Walking Dead. And then a whole slew of people will come up. Maybe I should share my screen and show you really quick. Hold on a second. Because I've been doing this all day and just adding people left and right. So hold on a second. All right. Okay, share my screen. Okay. All right, so this is the search bar I'm talking about here at the top. And you can see I've been like doing this all day, right? So people I may know. How much did it cost? Who like nursing, I don't know. And then you click it, and then it'll come up, and usually it'll come up here with the top, like it tells you people that they think you want to know. Well, you don't, you know, generally want just these top three. You just go over here where it says people, and it'll come up with a whole bunch of more. And see, I could add any of these people as friends. And so what I have been doing is looking and see who, am I friends with people, like if I'm friends here with Greg Armfield, like I don't really want to add people that I have mutual friends with Greg, because that's like into his market, and I don't really have an interest to do that. But like this girl here, like I know these are my nursing buddies that I used to work with, and I have 16 mutual friends with her. I don't know who the heck she is, but I'm gonna add her anyway. And excuse me, guys. Shh. Sorry. So just add her, and then when she clicks, she's gonna see probably that I have all these mutual friends with her, and she might click onto my page and see, oh, she's doing health and fitness or whatever, and she may or may not add me. I've been doing it all day, and people have been accepting my friend requests throughout the day. And if they don't, then you can just go back later and cancel the request. So yeah, that's this is a great way. I can see these people I've been finding it a lot where I have like 30 mutual friends with people, but I'm not friends with them for whatever reason. Maybe they started working there right after I left or whatever the reason, but add, and there you go. So you can do anything. People I may know who like whatever interest that you have, and find people that are kind of like similar minded, or that are going to like the same things that you like, or that are similar to you. And again, if I notice that it's a Beachbody coach, or that it's friends with a Beachbody coach, I've been steering away from adding those people. Can you guys take that into your room? Sorry. Hitting with a loud register. Beep, beep, beep. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, like I said, I've been not adding people if they are friends with my Beachbody buddies. The other thing you can try and type, because sometimes when I first started doing it, I was typing it in, and it was only showing me my friends for whatever reason. And I guess you just have to keep trying different things, go back and click in it again. If it's only showing you people that are already your friends, then you have to just keep trying again until somebody's echoing me. Until it shows you people that are not your friends. But the big thing to remember too is to come up and click on this people here. You can also, instead of typing people I may know, you could type friends of friends, was one suggestion. Friends of friends, so that's going to be people that have mutual friends with you. Friends of my friends who like yoga. And then it should show people that have mutual friends with me, so that it's not like you're some kind of stalker. They'll see at least that you have mutual friends. And again, I won't, Coach Jimmy, I won't take any Beachbody people, but some people are already my friends, but if they're not, you just scroll through, and it's a great way to add to your network. And you're not just adding random people, you're adding people that like similar things to you, similar interests to you, and you can look at them and say, oh, is that somebody that I would like on my team? Then awesome, you're gonna add to your team that way. Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing here. Let me go back to the list. Hold on 1 second. Just here yet? No? Okay. Okay. So I already told you about the name, so make sure that your Facebook name is your actual name, including your maiden name, if you have it, so that if people that you're trying to find from your past see it, that they're recognizing who you are. And one more time, I'll just tell you, so if you send out, 20, 30 of these friend requests, and people aren't accepting them, then you just have to go back in. You can go back in to sent friend requests, and you can cancel those requests out, because if Facebook sees that you've sent out 1,000 friend requests, they're going to think that you're spamming people, and they'll kind of put you in Facebook jail, where they won't let you send, they'll kind of put blocks on your account if they think that you're spamming people. But it's really important, one of the vital behaviors is to invite. And so, you should be this is a great way, the way I just showed you is to, for free, go out and find people to add to your market every day. We should be adding at least 3 to 5 of your friends, 3 to 5 new people to your warm market every day. And so if you do that consistently every day, you're having new eyes on your business every single day. Otherwise, you're sending the same, call to actions out to the same people, and, eventually you're going to come to the point where nobody's interested and your business will just come to like a standstill. So 3 to 5 people a day should be the goal. If you aim for more, then you aim for more, but at minimum 3 to 5 people a day. And then that's going to add more people that you can, from there, private message and start conversations with and start to get to know and start to add to your team. Should I talk, Greg, also about ads or?
Well, I think Jason was next. He was going to talk about groups, right?
Yeah, he was going to talk about groups.
So I'll jump in.
Just does have ads later on. Okay, go ahead, Jason.
Yeah, I just want to follow with one thing on Trish that I do. I don't do the friend requests every single day. And here's why, because I like to then delete the ones that never went through. So rather than I used to keep a Google document. I'd request, Greg and Trish and Amy and Katie, and then I put them in a Google document, and then I check a week later, okay, Greg still hasn't friended me back, so I deleted that. That was a bit of a process for me. I do a lot of things on a weekly schedule, or some things even on a monthly schedule. So I know every Monday morning is my friend request Monday. So I'll go and try to find, instead of the 5 a day or 3 a day, I'll go try to find 30 on a Monday morning. I still got my allotment for the week. So then the next Monday, what I know is I go back into my friends, see what's still open, see who hasn't accepted me yet. If you haven't accepted me in a week, I'll delete you. That's Monday morning, I delete. Okay, I invited 30 people last Monday, maybe 20 accepted. Those 10, I'll delete those 10. They haven't been on Facebook for a week, or maybe they don't want me in there. So I just delete them. Okay. And then I'll just go back into that Monday morning again and find 30 more friends. Similar ways that you do it, or also with Facebook groups, which I'm going to talk about now. So how to add friends from Facebook groups. You should be in a plethora of groups based off of your interests. Say that again, based off of your interests. If you have no interest in knitting, don't go into a knitting group. If you have no kids, don't go into a soccer mom group. So things like that, you want to have it be relevant to you, people that you can easily communicate with. And when I say easily communicate, what I always try to explain to people is, if the 9 of us were at a cocktail party, or the 13 of us were at a cocktail party, we're at a party at Greg's house. Naturally, we're all going to gradually get into little 3 to 5 person groups. What would your 3-person group be talking about? Would you be talking about your kids? Would you be talking about fitness? Would you be talking about how you enjoy hiking or running or skydiving? Whatever you might be talking about, those are the type of groups you want to then be searching on Facebook to be a part of. So maybe it's running, knitting, and stay-at-home moms, or maybe it's running and business professionals and backpacking, whatever it may be. Those are the type of groups you want to have. 3 or 4 interests that you maybe you're part of groups of. I know, like Lisa Torres, she's in a Disneyland group because she's a Disney freak. So it could be anything. And there's tons of groups out there in Facebook land for your interests. So you're now in 3 to 5 different types of groups. Maybe you've got 10 groups total that you're in. And you make a schedule. Maybe it's not every day that you go into those groups, but maybe it's Tuesday and Friday, or you're going to those group days, and you keep that schedule and you go into those groups and you communicate with people. Not trying to sell anybody anything. You just are in there to communicate. So let's say it's for me, it's a running group. That's something easy I can talk about right now. So I'm in there a couple times a week, and I'm making friends, and I'm giving advice, and I'm posting my own tragedies and my own successes and building relationships. Not trying to sell anything. Just, again, where are we at? We're at a cocktail party. We're just building relationships, getting to know each other. Again, there's 13 of us here in this cocktail party, in my running party, and I'm just building relationships, talking about, again, war stories and triumphs and failures and whatever else, and what's the best new shoe, and I'm trying this, I'm trying that, and just building relationships, whatever relationships you're building, whatever your market is, whatever you are interested in, you're building relationships with those people. Over time, maybe there's somebody, maybe Katie, Katie and I have been responding a lot back and forth in a certain group. And over time, it's just natural for me to go click that friend button. And when she sees that friend request, she's going to go, oh, that's that Jason guy from, Runners Fanatics group. Okay, yeah, totally. I'm going to, he sounds cool and he always gives good advice. I'll be his friend. Boom. That was a natural friendship. And here's the thing. It wasn't day one. It wasn't the first time I saw Katie post and I went, oh yeah, you should try Saucony's. Enter, click friend request. That's creepy. Again, that's a little bit creepy. But I've responded to her multiple times. I'm building a relationship with her. Maybe it's a couple weeks later. Now I send that friend request, and that's an easy accept for her when it comes to that, because again, we've started building a relationship in that group. It's going to be easy for her to accept that friend request. So now we've moved into the friendship realm. What happens on the friendship realm? Well, again, we're posting interesting stuff on our own wall every day. So now, Katie, I'm continuing to use the example. You're going to see that I'm posting, this morning, again, we're both runners. So this morning I posted about my run, and then, then tonight I'm posting about, how I just had Starbucks with my daughter. It's our normal Monday daddy-daughter day, doing homework and then going to softball afterwards. She's going to see that stuff. Now she's going to go, oh, Jason's an interesting guy. I want to continue to follow him. And then she's commenting now. And now she's putting herself into my life. So it's not just me shoving my life down her throat. It's her, giving back, giving responses onto my posts. And now she's in my newsfeed and I'm responding to her. Again, relationship is continuing to build. And then my once a month, twice a month Beachbody post where I'm posting about a challenge group I'm doing or whatever it may be. She's now going to see that. She has trust in me. Maybe I've given her good advice about running or knitting or backpacking or whatever my market is. Now she's like, oh, Jason's totally into fitness. Yeah, I've heard of that Beachbody stuff, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Jason, I'm going to message Jason because, number one, we know each other now, even though I'm in California and she's in wherever you're at, Katie, Idaho, let's say. But we know each other because she's learned about me. She knows that I live in California and I like camping and I like running. And I love my daughter and my wife, and I'm a softball dad, and I do this and I do that. So she knows me. So she's going to feel comfortable. And yeah, I think I want to get a little bit fitter. I want to get, bikini ready for this summer. And Jason's offering that. And so, yeah, let me message Jason to see what this 3 to 5 people challenge group is all about. So I built that relationship. I didn't spam that group right away. I didn't go into that running group, Crazy Runners of California, and say, hey, who wants to get fit? Hey, here's my link to my new blog and to sign up for my group. I didn't do that. I just built a relationship. And again, I post in groups to build relationships. And again, I just described the relationship cycle, how we continue to build that. I don't spam in those groups. I add friends from people that naturally I would add friends to in that group. And I continue to foster these relationships both via messaging and via responding to their posts on their Facebook wall, and vice versa, them responding to posts that are on my wall. So that's, in a nutshell, how to deal with Facebook groups. And I think I had a message down here, so let me read that real quick. Might have missed this. Are you finishing through different groups and your friends' extended groups? Are you fishing through your different groups or your friends' extended groups? I'm fishing through my groups, or definitely through my groups, like I just talked about, groups that I'm adding. And then obviously I can go into my friends' groups, and let's say Katie is a part of another running group. Again, that's another way to then find more groups. So now I go into another group that Katie's a part of and go, now I'm kind of part of the group now once I go into it because I know Katie. So Katie's a friendly face in there. Again, another cocktail party. I go into that room. I'm not alone. I remember Katie from that other group. Now I go into that corner and start chatting up Katie, but there's 5 other people that Katie are with. So that's how I kind of get into those other groups now. So then after getting into groups, I was going to go into how to respond to people who do comment and are interested in once I'm past that group. So once I'm past that group mode, and people kind of know what I'm about, and okay, Jason's a Beachbody coach, he's into fitness, he's into softball, he's a cop, he's this and that. Oh, he just posted about this, wanting 5 to 8 people to join his little, Get Fit for Summer challenge. What's that all about? And again, it's not jumping. So let's say Katie. Let's just stick with Katie since she's my muse here. Katie is interested, and she messages me. Well, I've learned a little bit about Katie over the last 3 weeks, 3 months, whatever it may be. I know what she likes, what she dislikes, what she does on a day-to-day basis. Again, we don't know each other personally, but we know each other. So if I haven't already found out her interest, maybe I know a little bit of her interest, but again, in my messaging with her, when she says, Jason, I'm interested in this challenge thing, what's it all about? The first thing I'm never going to do is throw up, and I mean throw up as in vomit. I'm not going to vomit Beachbody stuff. I'm not going to say, here's a link, go ahead and order now. It's, it's $140 this month. You're going to save up to $75 if you do it this way. Because you know what's never going to happen? I'm never going to get a message back from Katie. I'm going to continue to build on the relationship we've already built, and find out what her needs are. So I'm going to find out what her needs are, what type of things she likes to do when it comes to her fitness. Now, she's reaching out to me about fitness. So I want to build that relationship further, going, okay, so what do you enjoy the most? Is it weights or is it cardio? Now, I know what you enjoy the most. Now, what do you truly think you need the most? When have you had the most benefits? Was it weights? Was it cardio? Was it high intensity, Tabata type stuff? Learning a little bit more about her needs. Does she have any disabilities when it comes to fitness? Again, not just shoving her into, ooh, this is the new program, 22-minute hardcore. I'm shoving this down your throat because this is what we are selling this month. Maybe that doesn't fit Katie. Maybe Katie's big into yoga type stuff and she'd be perfect for something like PIO. Doesn't matter if PIO is the group of the month. It's what's best for Katie, and that's important. So again, I got to find out what she's all about further because I already know a little bit. What program is going to be best for her. And then once I figure that out through some back and forth questioning that may take a couple days, and depending on how often Katie's on Facebook, it might take a week. Because some people, again, we as coaches are on the edge of our seats constantly when it comes to Facebook and emailing. I send Greg an email, I'm expecting something back within 2 hours. Well, if it doesn't come back, I'm like, oh, I wonder if, I'm freaking out. No, most people, before I got into Beachbody, I was on Facebook twice a week. I checked my email once a week. I didn't, it wasn't my business. Now that this is my business, I'm always on it. But the rest of the world is not necessarily that way. So just because I message Katie doesn't mean she's going to get it, within the next 2 to 3 days, if she's not always on Facebook. So be patient with that. And then as we go that relationship back and forth, finding out what is best for her, what program is going to meet her needs, then I'm going to kind of go, okay, she's a Shailene type of girl. So I'm thinking PIO or maybe even Turbo Fire because she mentioned Dancy a little bit. So maybe thinking PIO or Turbo Fire. So I'll send her a couple links. Here's a couple of YouTube video links of what PIO is all about. I think it's great for runners. You're a runner. I'm a runner. I've done PIO over and over again. But here's another option that is jazzy and fun and girly and a whole lot of girl love by the same trainer. So here's 2 options for you. I'm going to give her some options. I'm going to show her YouTube videos and go that route with it. I like to do that via email for 2 reasons. One main reason. Before I go down that route of trying to figure out what program's best for her, I'll ask her for her email, basically saying, I need your email so I can send you some information. I'll still chat with her back and forth via messaging or even get her on the phone, but I want that email for one big reason. I want to know how she's tied into Beachbody. Has she ever ordered anything before? So Katie gives me her email right up front. I go into coachmobile.com, or into Coach Mobile. I type in her email to sign her up as a free customer. I don't sign her up, but if she already has a coach, now I know. So then I can go down my conversation of, have you ever had a Beachbody program? I checked the database and it shows that you do. Oh yeah, I got, P90X back in, 2004, blah, 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 when, first came out. Well, now I know Katie has a coach. So that's a different route I need to take with her. But it's just, and then I also I have email formats that I send people that's easier than conversation back and forth. I still converse back and forth. I'll say, hey, Katie, I just shot you the email. I laid out some different things in there. Take a look at it and then get back to me. I'll converse in the messaging or texting or whatever. But my email structure, I like to use that because I have some cookie cutter type of things that I lay out in there. And then the links will work easier than also. So I'm working that relationship, continue down that road. Maybe Katie's interested in PIO because, again, she trusts my word. I'm a runner. She's a runner. She understands the yoga and the flexibility aspect of it. So now we've continued that relationship building, and we're at that point of, okay, it's PIO. It's $160 this month. Obviously, now it's, it's pull the trigger time, and, that's all up to Katie at that point in time. But I didn't jump to that right away. I didn't post in that free group going, who wants to spend $160 today with me? I didn't do that. I built a relationship. And this relationship, again, I've had relationships that have gone quickly, right away that day after being a friend or going into a group. And I've had relationships that have fostered themselves and have taken 3 to 6 months. But the key is back to what Trisha was talking about of adding 3 to 5 people every single day, or like I do, 20 to 30 people every single week. If it takes 2 days or 2 months or 8 months for my message to get across to Katie, it doesn't matter, because Katie is one of 30 people I'm friending this week. So maybe Katie takes 8 months, but maybe Emily only took 2 weeks, and Greg takes 3 months, and Nathan took 4 weeks. It's all a compound effect of continuing to add people into your friend zone, getting them there so they can see your message and be a part of your world. And so that's why it's not a big deal for me when it takes 6 months to get somebody into a challenge group that I thought day one they'd be perfect for. I'm not taking it personal. I'm moving on, but I'm continuing to spread that message with them. And then so that was just a little sidebar there. But again, now we're at the purchase point. If she wants to do it, great. If she doesn't, you know what? I still keep her in mind. I still send positive messages to her. She's still a part of my Facebook feed. I don't suddenly unfollow her just because she says no, not right now. I don't unfollow her. I continue to be that positive influence in her life, and vice versa. And when she's ready, and this happens to me at least once a month, I'll get a knock on my Facebook message door of, "Hey Jason, it's Katie. I'm kind of ready now. I know a couple months ago we had talked about a group thing. I totally want to do that now. I'm ready. I'm going on a cruise in 3 months. What do I do?" Boom. And that happens at least once a month. I'll get two successful points, if not more, every single month from something that happened 4 months ago, 6 months ago, 6 weeks ago, a year ago. But it's just constantly building, constantly adding friends, like Trisha talked about, and like I talked about, building those relationships in those small groups. That you continue to do that, it's going to continue to roll downhill for you, again, down the line. So that's mine in a nutshell of groups, and then how to get into communications with them once you actually do start talking with them outside of that group. And next, is Jessica here yet?
No, she's not going to be able to make it.
Okay.
Trish, why don't I talk about the ads, and then you can talk about the do's and don'ts? Is that good? You're muted.
I was like wondering why you kept talking. I was like, shut up. Sorry.
I say that all the time to him.
I was going to say one thing. So by adding these people, you're adding these people that are like new relationships to your market. It's going to kind of keep you on track with your own personal fitness journey too, because if you're thinking that you're adding somebody to your page, they're going to be looking through your stuff. If you have nothing posted on your personal page and you're just adding, these people, and they're going to look and be like, if they don't see anything that attracts them in, then they're just like, it's like a waste of your time to even be going to look for people. So, you want to be adding these people consistently, but it also pushes you to be consistent with your posts on your personal page, so that when you are adding these people, they're seeing, oh wow, they post, consistently, and they're seeing, you doing your workout journey. So they're seeing your workout posts and your healthy posts and all your posts that you're making. So it keeps you on track with your posts and with your fitness journey and your nutrition and stuff, because you want them to see that as soon as they click on your page, instead of wondering why this weirdo is, friend requested them. So,
and sorry, one more thing, Trish, and you guys may have heard this a lot just from us in different training groups. We talk about warm market. Well, maybe we haven't completely explained that. What warm market is exactly what we're talking about. It's people that you feel comfortable talking to and making more of those people in your world. So currently you may have 142 friends, and those are people you actually know face to face. If you bumped them at the grocery store, you would say, "Hey, Joe, what's going on?" We want you to expand that market, that warm market. And again, warm market is people that are like-minded people that you have things in common with. And that's all what this is about so far, is about these groups and about getting more friends. It's about getting your warm market bigger. You know, you might be 140 right now, but 2 years from now, you might be 1,400. And that's your goal, because that's 1,400 eyes that are on your Facebook feed when you post something amazing, post some success stories, post something that's agonizing, and then post something about, hey, 3 to 5 people I'm looking for a group. That's more eyes that are actually seeing you advertise you. So just wanted to pop in about that, about what a warm market is, because I know sometimes people get confused and we start using language that might be more like month 3 language instead of week 3 language. So back to you.
Right, Greg.
Okay, I'll talk about running free groups and stuff briefly. Not really going to get into advertising, but you know, that's definitely a way to expand your warm market, right, through Facebook advertising. And that's something that you guys might want to do down the road. You know, definitely start with the people that you know and with the free options like Jason and Trish has already talked about. But you're quickly going to, you know, run out of people that you know or who know that you well. So, and you can always be continually adding new people, but how do you build trust with those new people, right? So one way that I like to do that is through running free groups, okay? So free groups can be a clean eating challenge, it could be a water challenge, it could be a crockpot challenge, it could be a fitness challenge. I like to run like 3-week fitness challenges, okay? And basically you can come up with, you know, like 3 to 5 moves that a person can do every single day. You know, like day 1 is sit-ups, push-ups, and, you know, and you can build over the days, right? Like day 1 is 5 sit-ups and 5 push-ups and 5, you know, burpees or whatever. And then day 2 is 6 and day 3, you know, so it's kind of for beginners. It's kind of for couch potatoes, and you can invite your friends to these free groups or people that you don't know really well, right? Especially if you're doing like a clean eating crock pot challenge or whatever, you can get like people just to join those, you know, at the drop of a hat. And, you know, they're going to see you as a coach in the group, right? It's a private group, it's a closed group, just like a challenge group. And you are going to be posting in there every day. You're going to be giving them instructions. You're going to be giving them encouragement. You're going to be building relationships with them. You're also going to be private messaging them to get to know them, right? And so by the end of the 3 weeks or, you know, the 7 days or however long you do it, some people I know, Sarah Brett, who hits like SC 30 or 50 every month. I mean, she runs like 30-day fitness challenges and bridal boutiques and things like that. So, I mean, obviously it works and she's killing it, you know, so, you know, I'd recommend that. You know, one thing that once you invite your friends to these events, you're going to want to expand beyond your friends, right? So you would definitely want to get a like page started, you know, get all your friends invited to that. And then you can start messing with like some advertising and inviting, like you can run like campaigns. Those are ads to get likes. You can create events off of your like page and promote those events to a target market. And basically that's like, if you are going after moms between the ages of 20 and 30, you know, that's your target market, and you can target those people with Facebook. Okay. And I found that it's much more, you get a lot more for your money if you are creating ads for free groups, as opposed to trying to create an ad for 21 Day Fix where people have to drop $140 or whatever, you know. So you can run a $20 ad and get, you know, 20, 30, 40 people in your free group, which is a lot better money spent, in my opinion, right? Because then you get the opportunity to build a relationship with them before you ask them for money or to join your premier groups or whatever. So anyway, I don't expect you guys to get all this information right now. I'm just giving you an overview, and I'm letting you know that Team Engage has a training group called Free Challenge Group Training. It's a self-paced training group. and there's a pinned post in that group which has about, I think, a dozen different videos which explain to you step by step, you know, how to create an event, how to create a like page, how to do advertising, how to invite, you know, friends, how to set up a free group. It also gives you different ways of handling it because not every coach does it the same way. So, you know, go through that training. If you're not in that group, you know, talk to your coach, or come to me or come to Jason or any of the rest of us, and we can add you to that group. Okay, any questions? All right, Trish, you want to take it? You're muted. Again.
I know, so I'm trying to save you from listening to my kids banter. Okay, so I'm going to be going through some social media do's and don'ts.
Somebody, one second, somebody asked what was the name of the group. I'll post the link. Okay.
Okay. So do's and don'ts, social media do's and don'ts. Okay, so don't, Jason already talked about this, don't vomit sales on people, but this is even just from your personal, on your personal page. You should only be talking about Beachbody, you know, once, twice a day. You don't need to have every post you make be about your workout or about Beachbody or how much you love, hashtag 21-day fix and all that. So you want to leave your website off of your post. You know, you're not going to want to directly put the link to your website in your like daily posts that you're posting on Facebook. Like, here, check out my website and join me. You know, don't vomit the sales on people because they're, you know, they're going to be really turned off by that. So do talk about sales in private message. So if someone's consistently liking your post and you think that they might be interested, or if they ask you a specific question, what program are you doing? You just take immediately the conversation to a private message and you talk about it, you know, from a private message instead of putting everything out on the regular page. What you do want to be doing is posting about you 3 to 5 times a day. So different topics, you know, something with your kids, you know, if you're a runner, something about running, if you're a nurse, something about nursing, you know, 3 to 5 things that describe you, you post, you know, every couple hours throughout the day, and leave Beachbody to just be like one of those things instead of everything. Don't post about controversial subject matter. So politics, big one, shouldn't be talking about politics. The big things like, you know, abortion or, I don't know, legalizing marijuana, I don't know, all these controversial things that if you post your opinion out there and you say, oh, you know, I'm pro-life or whatever, the 50% of people that don't have that same opinion are going to be turned off by you right away, and they're just going to be like, oh, you know, probably unfriend you or whatever the case may be. So no controversial subject matter. Even if you have your opinion, that's great, but you don't, if you're doing this as a business, then you need to treat it like a business and not put your controversial opinions out there for people to be judging you. So you should be posting things instead that add value to other people's lives or show who you really are. So, you know, add value by posting about, you know, certain nutrition things or healthy tips, things like that. Something that would add value to someone's life instead of something that will pop a, you know, controversial debate. Don't like the pages of other coaches. So you can follow other coaches by clicking like the follow button, but if you like, but you should not be liking other coaches' Facebook pages. Also, don't try to be someone else. Don't steal posts from other coaches. So, you know, a lot of coaches that are doing really good, you know, if you go stalk their page, you'd be like, oh, that's an awesome post. Well, just take the post, copy it, paste it, and change it up, you know, to incorporate yourself in there somehow. Definitely change the picture, you know, put your own face on the picture, whatever it has to do, or make it somehow relatable to your actual life instead of just copy pasting from other coaches. First of all, a lot of times it'll come back to them somehow. It'll flow through them and they'll see, oh, that was my post, and they'll see that you stole it from them, and people are kind of get a little upset. But otherwise, people can kind of get a sense that what you're posting isn't really true and real. So it just kind of makes you look like a fake. So take what they are doing and make it your own. use your voice and put your own picture, on there. So instead of using photo stock pictures, it's best to put your own face in there as much as you can. I know for me, sometimes if I'm really busy and I don't have an option, it's better to have a post up that's a photo stock as opposed to having no post. But as often as you can, you want to have your own face on everything that you're posting. Do post videos. People love watching videos. And share your before and after stories and pictures. Those are always like the biggest likes and comments that I get every month is when I post my before and after picture and stuff about my emotional, personal stuff about my journey. People really relate to that kind of stuff. So Pick Play Post is the app. You can make video collages. And so people love it. Don't put your links, I already said that in your post. And let's see. Don't slam competitors publicly in posts. So if, your friend is doing Weight Watchers or Herbalife or one of those other ones, or even if they, comment on your thing and said, oh, you should try this or whatever, you don't want to just blast them right out on there. You can always delete their comment if you think it's, something that doesn't need to be on your page. But you could always just respond with, I don't know about Herbalife, but I do know, Shakeology is, gives me energy or whatever you want to say about something Beachbody related. But you don't want to be super negative Nancy and bashing other companies. Don't tag everyone and their brother in your posts. Just people that benefit from what you're posting or that were there with you. You don't want to just tag 1,000 people, your coach, or people that have no idea what you're talking about, because then they see, oh, I wasn't there, or it's kind of weird. Don't spun. Oh, we already talked about that. Okay, so hashtagging, people do that all the time. Hashtag 21-day fix, hashtag Beachbody, hashtag Shaun T, hashtag. So no hashtagging. First of all, you shouldn't hashtag really Beachbody products directly. If you're gonna hashtag, you should use like a more generalized one or like a funny one. That's just kind of like a hashtag jokey thing, like not like hashtagging every product that you have. So, more general hashtags or one that is like a funny hashtag are okay, but the other ones, no go. And don't share posts directly from other coaches' pages. Well, obviously, like if I go to Greg's page and share every post he makes throughout the day, all his motivational stuff or whatever it may be, it's going to show up on my page that I shared it from Greg Armfield, and people are going to be like, oh, well, Greg Armfield must be a pretty neat guy. Let me go follow him. And it's basically sending everyone from my page right to whoever it is that you're copying it from. So if there's a link or something that you want to share, you need to go find the real link and post the direct link from your page. Don't be sharing other coaches' stuff, especially directly from their page. And so the best thing is to don't try to be someone else. Do be yourself. So, people want to know you. They want to know like real life people, real life stories, real emotions. That's what they're going to connect with. They're not going to connect with like a fake kind of wannabe or someone that's trying to make themselves into something that they're not. They connect more with the real, struggles, emotions, and, person that you are. So that's it for the do's and don'ts list. So I guess mainly like brand new coaches starting out, the best thing to do is to do the free things that we talked about at the beginning. Go into different, or first of all, thinking about people from your past that you might know, try to add them and connect with them, going into groups and trying to just start conversations in there and let that fester and grow. And then, fester's not a good word, but let that grow. And then using that search thing, like I shared my screen and showed you how to do, to find people that you know that have same interests as you. That's an awesome free way to expand your market. And then, definitely the free group training that Greg talked about. All these are free ways to, to expand your market, which is basically what your business is. The people that have their eyes on you, that is your business. So
yeah. And Trisha, I just want to say that, you know, it's important that we all, you know, are expanding our market, because, like, you know, one of the 3 vital behaviors that Beachbody talks about is invite, 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 right? So you get bombarded with, you know, training and us and Beachbody and Carl telling you to invite all the time. But then you're like, who do I invite? Right? I mean, if you go through the coach training in the back office, like the getting started training, it has you download what is called a business activity tracker. And it will ask you to set goals every single week for the amount of people that you're going to invite, you know, the amount of friends that you're going to add. This is great for new coaches because it trains your mind that you need to be doing these activities, right? So all we're doing is we're offering you ways of inviting, because inviting doesn't necessarily mean that you're just asking, you know, people to come join your challenge group or whatever. Inviting just means connecting with people. So if you're not connecting with people, you know, every week, every day, you know, if you don't have a goal, if you don't set yourself a goal of, I'm going to add 30 new friends this week, you know, if you're that's your business is you. So if you're not expanding your network, your business is not growing. Okay. You could be selling, you know, for me, I could be, you know, I've sold 5 challenge packs already this month, but if I haven't added new contacts now, then my business is not growing, because I'm selling challenge packs to contacts that I've added last month or the month before that or the month before that. Do you guys understand the concept? You know, so if you're not constantly adding contacts, you know, friends and getting people into free groups and mentoring them and building that trust, then, you know, you could be burning through your warm market. You could be hitting ST10 every single month right now, but I guarantee you a month or 2 months or 3 months down the road, your market is going to dry up and you're going to wonder what happened. Why aren't I hitting success anymore? Oh, this business doesn't work. I'm out of here. I guarantee you, you know, 90% of the coaches that quit, it's for that reason. Okay, because they do really well in the beginning, but they're not adding to their networks. They're not doing the things to bring in new people. So that's what you got to be doing.
Mm-hmm. Add them and make sure that your page is public. So when you're adding these people, you know, before they accept you, they might click to see who the heck you are. And if your page is private and they can't see anything, you know, then they might not add you. So you have to make sure that you have your name on there, that your profile is public, and you know, don't, like, I was like a very like shy person. I would feel like, oh gosh, I don't want them to, you know, think I'm weird or whatever. Who cares? Like, you know, you're doing this for a purpose and a reason as a business, and so you have to just get over yourself of thinking, you know, negative this, negative that, and just, we're telling you that this is what to do to be successful. So just take our advice and do it.
Yeah, and I mean, you don't have to do it on Facebook. I mean, there's plenty of coaches that build contacts on Instagram. There's some that do YouTube. There's some that do message boards. You know, it's whatever, however you want to do it. You know, we're just giving you options. So does anybody have any questions?
Okay, Linda.
Linda? Let me unmute you. Okay.
Okay, and Trish, I wanted to ask you, did you say don't advertise our like page on our personal page? Sorry about TV.
Oh, it's okay.
Don't advertise our like page on our personal page.
No.
That is exactly what I do.
No, when I was meaning like your Beachbody website, or like, where'd she go? Oh, there, you moved to the other side. I was talking about like your Beachbody website link, not your like page. You know, Beachbody gives you.
I can't hear you. I can't.
Oh, let me mute you again, Linda. We're getting a little feedback. Go ahead, Trish.
There you go. Okay, so I was talking, when I said that, I was talking about the Beachbody websites that they give you when, you know, from your back office, you have a website. I was talking about, like, don't post your Beachbody website, not your like page.
Yeah, it's fine to post your like page on your personal page if that's what you want to do. You're sharing it, right? But you don't want to, what Trish was also saying is don't share my like page on your personal page. Don't share anybody else's like page. Just, you can share your own, but don't share anybody else's. And don't post links. Don't post links to your website, your Beachbody website, or links to coaching codes, you know, those links. Don't post any of or the simple coach links. Never post those links on your timeline.
Mm-hmm. And if you're sharing your like page, you know, you don't want to be doing that every single day, multiple times a day. You know, that might be your 1 or 2 Beachbody posts for that day. And then, you know, every few days or every week or something, share it. But you don't want to be sharing only that every day, you know. Mm-hmm. Any other questions? No?
Okay, guys, thanks for joining. We have one more call in the series, and our KickStart group is going to be wrapping up. If you're in our KickStart group, that will be ending soon, I think next week, I believe. And the last call will be next week as well. So, and then we have an accountability series call, or a regular accountability call that starts right after this one. It's at 9 o'clock Eastern, but it's for emeralds or above that are pushing towards diamonds. So you got to get yourselves to emeralds. You got to start implementing what we've talked about. And once you do, if you want to join that accountability group, just let us know. All right.
Yep. Next week, we're going to talk about overcoming objections. So all the people that you're talking to, especially this week, you know, if you start getting certain objections and you can't figure out how to get around those, then that's what we're going to be talking about next week. So it'll be a good call. All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you.